Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Anna, and on this channel, I'm sharing our journey of learning how to turn our home into a homestead. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Today is actually going to be my recovery into Wellness Wednesday. I don't know if we want to call it that. I have not been doing a whole lot other than attempting to maintain my eating for the last about 2 weeks. I went on a trip to Nashville, and then following that, I got quite sick. Not quite sick, but I got so sick that I didn't really feel like working out, and I didn't. But I did try my best to maintain my eating habits, at least until yesterday. I've been doing mostly keto carnivore. I did the World Carnivore Month for like the first 3 weeks, and then I kind of fell off when I went to Nashville. But I still, up until yesterday, I had been pretty much maintaining keto for the most part. And then yesterday, I just allowed myself to get into temptation, and I had a freaking giant milkshake. That scared the life out of me, because that oftentimes in my history will cause me to kind of spiral out of control for months, but we're not doing that. So instead, I'm going the opposite direction, and I'm gonna get back on track. So today I'm gonna work out. It's been about 2 weeks since I've done any of this sort of thing, so I'm gonna start easy with myself to make sure that I'm able to redevelop my habit, because I had a really good habit going for like a month and it was great. So we're gonna get back on to doing that with a fairly easy rebounder. Hopefully, I haven't tried this one. It's only about 10 minutes. And then I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start over on yoga with Adrian's 30-day move routine. I might try something different actually, since I'm kind of out of the swing on that one. I think I'm going to try something else. We'll see what I actually end up doing with that, and then I'm going to bring you back in a little bit. I'm going to kind of show you what I'm going to have. I'm on my first cup of coffee with a little bit of sugar-free creamer in it, and then I haven't decided if I'm going to do any kind of an OMAD type thing, but I'm definitely going to go back to very low carb, basically keto. It is going to be keto. I meant basically ketvore. Sorry. Later on today, I do have quite a few videos that I have to film. I have an Azure Standard haul that I need to do, and then I have to start 2 different ferments for Fermented February. If you do not know Fermented February, make sure you check out Fermented February. I will link the playlist down below. It's a collaboration between me and 18 other YouTubers, and we are putting out one video between all of us. We're putting out one video every single day of the month, and then at the end of the month, we're going to be giving away Mason Top fermentation kit. So make sure you check that out. Comment on all the videos. You're getting some great, amazing ideas, all the way from beginners up to people who are super duper experienced. So it's definitely going to be exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and work out, and then we're going to do the rest of our day and make sure that we stay on track. That one was really easy. It definitely showed me how out of practice that I am for the fact that I could not keep up with it. So, but at least I got started. We're going to do some yoga. We're going to keep improving and keep doing better every day, starting today, but really starting tomorrow, because you can't improve on something that you just started. Anyways, okay, bye. Day 1, back to working out, is checked off my list. Now I'm gonna go film a bunch of videos and eat some healthy dinner, take a shower, all those fun things. Okay, so we got the chili all warmed up. This is, I don't remember what was in this recipe. This is the recipe that Nisha Loves It is always talking about. The one with the fish sauce and stuff in it. I canned this one up, and it's really good. So I just did a can of that. Like I said, I don't even think it was 3/4 of a pound of beef in here. And then I have some moon cheese and some raw cheddar. Probably not raw once I actually put it in the chili. But this is gonna be lunch. Dinner, this is gonna be dinner. It's like 8:30 at night. So I'm just gonna have this for dinner, and then I'm probably gonna go and edit some videos, and then we'll bring you guys back tomorrow. And so we'll see you in the morning. We'll chat a little bit more. Today's Monday, and it is weigh-in day. It is check-in day. Today is disappointment day. Basically, the last 2 weeks have been kind of just a wash. I was 211? Yes, 211.4. So I'm definitely struggling to get back on it. I'm struggling to get back on the train, on the workout train, on the everything. And I definitely think one thing that is challenging for me is the medication that I have to take. I'm taking 2 different types of antibiotics, and that is to get rid of my SIBO, which I have, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And the treatment plan for that is taking 2-week course of antibiotics. It's 2 different types of antibiotics for the type of SIBO that I have. I have methane and hydrogen dominant. Well, I guess it wouldn't be dominant in that case, but I have high levels of methane and hydrogen SIBO. And so the course of treatment for that is, at least in the beginning, is 2 different courses of antibiotics at the same time. And I can definitely just feel that, I don't know what you call it, wreaking havoc on my body. It's tough to maintain motivation with that sort of thing, because it's really messing with me. It's messing with my everything. But that's not an excuse. I'm making excuses, but that's not an excuse. I just need to get my butt in gear and start working out, which is what I'm doing. Started doing it yesterday. I'm going to do it again today, but today is weigh-in day, so you won't see that stuff until next week, but you will see one day because I started it yesterday. Plan is basically just to finish off these antibiotics. I'm eating fairly healthy. I had 1 slip up, and that's all I've had in the last 2 months. And so I'm not going to let that derail me, because that is pretty normal for me. If I have 1, I will have all of them. So that's not going to happen. I'm going to maintain my my discipline. Another thing that I've allowed to happen is I've allowed evening drinks to creep back in. And so that one definitely needs to go. I need to get back on intermittent fasting and kind of just being more aware of myself and not wasting those calories. I know that when you're on, well, I don't know, but everybody says, half of people say the calories don't matter when you're doing carnivore. I think they matter to some degree. I think they matter less because they don't mess up your insulin and your hormones. So I think they're not as important as if you're having like a standard American diet or like a higher sugar diet. I think it matters less, but I think to some degree, I think no matter who says what, my opinion is that it definitely still matters to some level, just not as much. I just need to get my mind back into the right space. I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I'm finished with the courses of the antibiotics. I have not been having, since I was diagnosed, I have not really had much of any kind of fermented foods. I've had a little bit here and there, but I need to figure out how to properly reintroduce that. There's a lot more going on behind the camera, I guess you could say. It's not just as simple as eat right, lose weight. It's I am genuinely on a healing journey, and I'm trying to heal my body as well at the same time. So that kind of throws a wrench in some aspects of things. Like I kind of have to reintroduce certain things, and I have to do it carefully so that I have to make sure that things are moving properly, so that so that it doesn't reoccur and it doesn't happen again. Because the issue that I have is that I have the bacteria that's supposed to be in my large intestine has backed up into my small intestine, and it's wreaking havoc in my small intestines where it does not belong. And that is a big part of why I have so many issues with carbs physically. Like my body just can't handle them, and that is simply because, and it causes lots of bloating. It causes absolute misery within about 10 minutes of consuming them. And it's not every single one. It is definitely select ones, and certain vegetables and things like that as well can cause that. So I'm hoping that once I get this thing figured out, and once I get this thing healed, for lack of a better term, there's not much of a chance that it'll ever be completely healed. There's a third of a chance that it'll be completely healed, but more than likely it'll be something that I'll have to manage my whole life, which is fine. It's just one of those things that kind of keeps you on track and makes you aware of your body. So sometimes it can be a blessing in disguise if it's not too serious, and just something that I'm gonna have to pay attention to and take note of, the way that I feel, the way my body feels, and all of those sorts of things. So this is definitely, for me, it's a weight loss journey, but it is far more than that. And as I have said from the start, it is more important than that. It is a wellness journey. It is me. It's a healing journey, and me trying to heal my body so that I can get rid of the side effect, which is the weight. So that's what we're working on. And, I'm not perfect. I hope I'm sharing my imperfections, because that's what I'm trying to do. In the beginning, it's pretty easy to stay on track because you're motivated. But especially once you have a top point in time where you're not able to stay on track, it's hard to get back on. It's really hard, but I'm doing it, and I'm sharing that with you. Next week, I should have a little bit more good news. So we're going to be starting off that week at where we are right now, because every Monday is the weigh-in day, and it's the turnover day for this video. So I'm going to quit yammering, and next week, let me see, how many do I have left? I think I'm about halfway point for my medicine. Yeah, I'm at the halfway point for my medicine. I should say after today, after my evening dose, I will be on the halfway point. So I've been doing this for 1 week. I must have started last Tuesday. Next week will be another full, I'll be on the antibiotics for the whole week. And then the week after that will be a little bit more coverage of me trying to recover and trying to introduce foods, and it might be a little bit more food centric than the previous ones because I've been keeping it so simple. But I'm gonna have to spend the next week or so doing research and trying to figure out what the best way is to start to reintroduce probiotic foods and prebiotic foods as well, because I don't want to shock my system and I don't want to overwhelm my body. I need to make sure that things are moving properly so that when I do start to consuming those foods, it will go to the proper place and it won't get stopped along the way. Yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys are enjoying my sharing my realness of this whole process. I hope that some of you guys can at least relate to it and find some benefit in knowing that you're not alone. You're not the only person who struggles in maintaining what you know is good for you and what you know you should be doing. It's a lot more complicated than that. Anyways, I'm just trying to share the reality with you. I'm not gone completely off the bandwagon, but I kind of just, I don't know, I feel like I feel disappointed in myself, but I know that that is just part of the process and it's not a big deal. It's not how many times you fall down, it's how many times you get back up. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And then if you guys are new around here, make sure you hit this here subscribe button. I share all kinds of videos. And then up here, this is one that Mr. Google Pants thinks you're gonna enjoy. This one over here is my last Wellness Wednesday video. And then up here is the playlist for all of the Wellness Wednesdays. So make sure you click on some of those links and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching, bye.